Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube series for first-time homebuyers. Last week we talked about choosing the perfect real estate agent, and this week we're going to be talking about ensuring financial readiness. Before you start searching for your home, you should speak to a local lender or mortgage broker. This person will be able to get you pre-qualified and pre-approved. A pre-qualification takes form as a simple conversation between you and your lender in which you discuss your income, your assets, your liabilities, and they tell you about how much home you can afford. A pre-approval is a step above that. It's when you actually go ahead and verify all of the information that you previously provided. Typically, the documents that you'll be asked to provide include recent pay stubs, your tax returns, credit card statements, bank statements, and your student loan information. Once you provide all of these documents, your lender will then go ahead and verify your financial situation. After doing so, they'll go ahead and issue you an official pre-approval letter that states exactly how much home you can afford. Now, it's important that you're pre-approved before you start seriously searching for your new home. The reason for this is because once it's time for you to go ahead and submit an offer, you will also provide your pre-approval letter to the seller. This makes sense, right? If you're the seller and you're looking at offers, you want to make sure that the offer you select is accompanied with the pre-approval letter so you know that that buyer can actually afford your home. If you don't know any local lenders, I'd recommend asking for a referral from your real estate agent. Most agents on both the buy side and the sell side of the transaction will prefer that you work with a local lender as opposed to a big national bank or an online mortgage provider. The reason for this is typically local lenders are more responsive and they almost always use local appraisers. Now, you're probably wondering what other costs are associated with your first home purchase. I've gone ahead and broken them down here. First is the purchase price. This is obviously determined by the home that you choose to write an offer on. Once you've chosen this home, you'll have a conversation with your real estate agent to better understand what a competitive price might be for the home. That said, remember it is always within your power to decide exactly how much you'd like to offer for the home, not your real estate agent's. Next is your down payment. In most situations, you can put as little as 3% down. That said, I would always recommend connecting with your lender and having them run multiple worksheets where you can better understand exactly how much you'll owe at closing, as well as exactly how much your monthly payment will be, depending on how much you put down. Then we have the earnest money deposit, also referred to as a good faith deposit. This is an amount of money that's typically due about 3 to 5 days after your offer has been accepted. It's usually about 3% of the purchase price, although that varies depending on the market that you're in. Now, this isn't an additional fee. Instead, it's money that is held by the title company until closing, and assuming you don't breach the contract, this money will be credited back to you at closing. After that, we have the appraisal. The appraisal is usually charged upfront by your lender shortly after your offer has been accepted and costs between $400 and $600. Now, an appraisal is when an appraiser goes out to assess the value of your home, and the reason they do this is because the mortgage company will only write you a mortgage for the assessed value of your home. Again, this is why it's super important that you work with a local lender who is able to refer a local appraiser. Now, most first-time homebuyers will also opt for a home inspection. Depending on where you live, a home inspection costs between $300 and $700. And it's really important because it will help you to understand if there are any major issues with the property. Lastly, you have your closing costs. Depending on where you live, these range from 2.5 to about 3% of the purchase price, and they include things like your property taxes, a recordation tax, the title company's fees, your loan origination fee. Now, you may be thinking, what about my agent? How do they get paid? Lucky for you, sellers almost always pay commission. The reason for this is because sellers are usually in the better financial position as they've owned the home, built up equity, and have the resources to pay a commission. Altogether, if you are able to put the minimum amount down, you could purchase a home for as little as 6% of the purchase price. For a $250,000 home, that's just $15,000. That said, if that still seems like a lot of money, but you're dead set on purchasing a home, I absolutely recommend tuning into next week's episode. We'll be talking about home purchase assistance programs. These programs can make home ownership a lot more accessible. How are you guys liking these videos? Let us know by commenting below. And if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them in an upcoming video. If you're feeling a bit more comfortable about your next steps and would like to go ahead and talk in person, click on the link in the description below. You can schedule a consultation with me And together we'll go over your next steps and figure out how we can get you in your first home. Once again, I'm Calvin, and I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for sticking around to the end of our video. Make sure to like and comment below. For more videos like this, click here, and to subscribe, click here. Look forward to seeing you soon.